Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the 12th game of our 40 games of Christmas, but only the 4th day. Welcome. We are playing a game by Bird and the Storm Productions today, or publishing rather, called Clearing the Midnight Weald. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, let's go through the station announcements. Here are our social links. You can check out our Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Discord for the community, Twitter for Twitter to get yourself a game, just send me a DM, and YouTube to go and catch up on last season. There's a ton of good content to find over there. Also, we have a Patreon. Patreon's one of the best ways to support us. You can do so for as little as $1 a month, and we have some free articles and stuff over there as well, written by Rene Rhodes and Archmage Derek from the Mage Hand College. What else do we have? We have merch. Today, if you head over to Redbubble with the code BOXING20, you can get 20% off on all the merch, including mine. We also have sponsors, one of whom is present today, Mage Hand Press. Mage Hand Press created the Dark Matter expansion for D&D 5e, which is set in space. You can check out Argo 37 from last season, or wait to tune in to completely legitimate business this season, DM'd by Laugh Love Lindy. We are also sponsored by the people who wrote this module, Bird and the Storm Publishing. They'll be bringing more content to us in Season 2, but check out this, and it'll be fun. Lastly, we have a tweet. Every 10 retweets rewards us with a wild magic. No, it doesn't. It rewards us with a trinket. That was last season. Rewards us with a trinket. So check that out. Retweet the tweets and we'll all get trinketified. Also, there's some panels. Tabletoploot.com, arasivad.com. Check them both out. There's codes there for discounts. Do that. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. So we'll go clockwise around, and we will start with DM of Chaos C. Oh, hi, Jordan.
Hi. How's it going?
How's it going? Who are you playing today? Who are you?
Oh, today I am playing Alexander Buha, and I'm a Aarakocra Warlock.
Beautiful. Aarakocra Warlock. Next around, we have Sage Ophelia.
Hello. I am playing Joel Mallory. I am a human fighter who believes in the melding of magic and metal.
Okay. Next, we have Justin at Mage Hand Press.
Hello, I'm Justin with Mage Hand Press, and I'll be playing the Great Sensioga. That's totally fireworks there, and he is the world's most renowned goblin sorcerer.
Of course. Last but most certainly not least, we have Chaos Conductors, or Jenny Cooney. Oh, hi.
Hi. I am playing a Furbolg druid named Belfon. She means really well. She tries really hard. Here in the South, we would say bless your heart. So, yes.
Okay. So, setting. Today, our adventure is going to be set in the opposing philosophies of the Arcana Mystica and the Zephyr Consortium. Since the destruction of airships long ago, the Arcana Mystica's teleportation networks once again is the only way to travel across the Midnight Weald, a vast impenetrable forest that divides the continent. The construction of the Viceroy's Highway, the railway through the Midnight Weald, becomes the focal point of the clashing ideologies of the two groups. The Arcana Mystica believe that magic is inherently dangerous and be strictly controlled at all levels of use. The Zephyr Consortium believe that all magic should be accessible to all people in order to expand their freedoms and to bring convenience to their everyday lives. We will come to our adventurers, as you have heard rumors. They say there's good money to be had at this new town the Zephyr Consortium's building. No special skills required, they say. They say they can find a job for most anyone. Just take that new road out of Providence, headed west, and you can't miss it. Don't ask for it by name. It doesn't even have one yet. Folks just call it East. I hear it's the start of something new, even bigger and fancier than the airships were. The dawn of a new era, they're saying, and you can be there when it all begins. So. Hang on a minute, I had a notepad with, notes. 2 seconds.
It's been so sad.
I don't make notes often, and it'd be a shame to waste them when I do.
Uh-oh.
So, you guys will be, you'll be headed east. for whatever reason. So why don't we go around again, and why don't you guys tell us why you are headed to this east, this place where there's new opportunities to be had. We can go around in the same order if that's okay with you. If you'd like more time, we can skip people.
Well, cool with me. Let's start again. So I am heading east because I would like to find out more about the different religions that are east, and seeing what I can learn from others and integrate that into my own dealings with my patron.
A noble cause. A noble cause. Well done, Joel. You've earned yourself a reroll as well from chat.
Oh, thank you. I'm journeying east because I feel that I've studied all that I can, the methods of sword and tome, and I'm ready to get some practical experience, and what better place than somewhere where anyone can practice magic.
And Since-Yoga?
Well, I'm Sense-Yoga, and I'm, an expert sorcerer. So I just had to see what this consortium was up to in this new town and be the forefront of this new magical revolution.
Of course, and well done, you've also just earned yourself a reroll from chat.
Woo!
So lastly, Belfawn.
Belfawn is heading east because her grandmother who raised her has passed away, and she's realizing that everybody in the town she grew up in are a bunch of jerks, and she wants to get the hell out of Dodge.
I mean, valid. Who can judge you on that one?
Yeah.
Cool. Up to 6 retweets already. Thank you everyone for the retweeting. I would read you all out by name, but that would take up precious time when I could instead be describing the town of East. Across the verdant highlands on the raised hill, you see what must be East. A nest of buildings in various states of completion. The north side of the town seems to be nearing completion as white plaster veneer is being applied to the dark stone buildings. A perimeter wall is sprouting up around the whole settlement. Everywhere you look, you see the buzz of activity and well-organized construction. The sounds of workers and tools fill the air, punctuated by the occasional hum and pop of magic. Thank you for the sub, Justin. You can see a workmaster, a foreman or workmaster standing on a box, gathering in new people. He's gesturing to you mostly. There's one other person standing there already.
Joel strides forward, ready.
I'm gonna run up next to Joel as well.
As soon as they're positioned, Sense-Yoga will jump in between the two with his arms like this and go,
I am the great Sense-Yoga!
and using prestidigitation to create fireworks above his head going off.
Where did you learn how to do that? How many years did it take you to study?
Oh, I figured this out yesterday.
I was wondering what all of those sounds were. Now I see.
It's a great city they're building, is what I hear.
All right, everyone, gather round. Now this here's East. Put in a hard day of work and you're good by me, all right? I catch you slacking off, or I'll tie this beard back and show you what for. Resting's for down days. Everybody earns their coin on this site, or they don't stay on site for long.
So, what's the work?
You'll see.
It's
easy
not
enough.
Sketchy work, is it? Like it's on the up and up.
Of course. We're building a new highway.
Highway, I was told this might be more magical in nature.
Clear in the Midnight Weald. It's magical, all right. It's a dangerous place, the Weald. But all you need to know is that as long as you stay with your cart, your magic cart, you'll be just fine.
Easy enough. Where
How
is it?
How well is the pay also?
The pay's good. The pay is good. He says, we'll talk about pay in just a moment. As I desperately look for the pay part. He says, first of all, let's go round and get your names. And he just starts pointing at people. He says, you said your name is what? Cincy?
The great Cincioga.
How many times can you do that in one day?
I'm not sure yet.
I'm gonna look down a little bit surprised because I've been trying to figure out where this like squeaky voice is coming from. I'm like 7 feet tall, and I look down and suddenly realize like who's been popping up all the bombs.
It sounds to me, Jenny, like your auto volume is on in Zoom. If you click on the little
What?
option next to the mute button, and just make sure that auto volume control is turned off, because you're sort of coming in and out.
Okay, auto volume control in Zoom.
Yeah. Usually, 9 times out of 10.
Cool.
He points to the next person. It's a skinny lad who's joined you, walking up, and he says, "Hi, I'm Nathan O'Neill, but everyone just calls me Nate. I'm from over there, yonder by the coast, where I work with my pa fishing the mud flats. I heard those airship folk were starting something new, and well, I reckon I should come and be a part of it."
We're building a great highway. We're happy to have somebody who has some experience, working with their hands.
I hope it's more interesting than it sounds.
You seem like a very interesting person, Nate. I'm glad to have you aboard.
Oh, it's awful kind of you to say. Thank you. There's not much to it, really. Just fishing.
So, like, you just sit there for days on end, putting fish in a net?
Well, with the mud flats, it's more just gathering up mud and then sorting the fish out. It's more hands-on than the freshwater or saltwater fishing.
Sounds very
That sounds so
building.
boring.
But it's honest work. It's good, honest work.
Takes true patience too.
Duggan points again, and this time at Alexander. He says, "Name?"
Alexander Buha. Pleasure.
Now that's a name.
Is indeed. And you there, Joel? No, I don't know your name, but you there. He's just pointing at Joel.
Is Joel. I'm just here to learn what I can and help out where I can.
Excellent. I like your muster. And lastly, you.
My name is Belfon. I grab his hand, pull him in for a hug, and pat him on the back a little bit too forcefully.
All right. Now look around you, boys and girls. This here's your squad, so you best get to knowing each other. Most important asset out in the Weald is each other. So start getting used to having an eye out for one another and what each of your strengths and weaknesses are. Still a few hours before nightfall, so I best recommend you all cozy up somewhere and get to learning. And he will take a small pouch containing 10 silver pieces and take a small pouch containing 10 silver pieces and pass it to each of you. Here's your first week advance. Now I know most of you want to run right up to that ale cart, and I ain't gonna stop you, but you show up anything less than your best tomorrow morning, you are going to be sitting here all week missing any bonuses. Thank you so much, Unmade Gaming, who have just come in with the raid. Thank you, Mike.
Is there an inn or somewhere that we can?
About an ale cart.
Yes, but is there an inn? To sleep or to read maybe a little bit about the Weald.
There is, you can see in this camp, there's a lot of shrewd tents set up. They're sort of mishmatched, more like whatever anyone's got rather than regimented camp. However, you can see Miss Avery's tavern wagon, big letters across one of these wagons, where there are tables set out and people can go and sit and eat and drink. There is a general goods wagon, and as I say, there's some communal campfires in the tents where you could also go and sit.
Well, I'm gonna scoop up my companions like, in my arms. How about we head over to that ale wagon, folks?
I hate it when you do that.
You know, you make a very pressing argument.
All right,
I
let's go.
suppose
First
if you
round
don't
on
know-
me.
Okay.
Okay.
So I suppose we all make our way there.
Yeah.
What was that?
You can head over to the ale wagon. That's fine.
Are there other people like ailing themselves outside the wagon?
Ailing.
Yeah, there's other people around, most certainly. But Nate sort of is like, so I told you guys where I'm from. Where are you guys from?
Oh, I just, the next town over. I've been studying there since I was very small. Joel is about 6.5 feet tall, so he's very small. And I really never left, so I'm just from there.
It's exciting leaving for the first time, isn't it?
It is very exciting. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I can't wait to see all the good I can do in the world and all the things I can learn. Books can't teach you anything. They can teach you a lot. They can teach you almost everything, but they can't teach you how to do what that guy was doing, pointing to our little friend who's making the sparks.
We didn't have a lot of books where I came from. My grand and I really it was pretty much just us and the forest animals. That was okay for a while, but now that she's gone, I thought it was time to make some new friends.
You don't like animals?
No, I love animals. What are you talking about?
Well, you said it was just her and the animals.
Yeah, it was her and the animals, and that was great, and now it's just the animals. I mean, there's animals everywhere. I look around. Are there any animals around?
At this particular moment, I'm going to say no. You're in a highly, literally, it's like a camp has been made out of the woods. So literally, animals, if anything, would be avoiding this space.
Do have a pet mouse, actually,
Oh, there you go.
as per my background.
So, are you holding it?
You
Can I see it?
No, it'll pop out of my pocket. One of my many pockets on my oversized robe.
Almost as if it knew we were talking about animals.
Yes.
So I look around and I'm like, see? And I go down. Well, I have to crouch down really low because you're a goblin, right? Crazy.
Yes.
Okay, well, so I crouch down really low and I start petting its tiny little head with my pinky.
Since Yoga jumps back and be like, "Hey, this is my friend. Don't just touch him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's tiny and you big.
The forest animals don't usually mind.
Forest
Hey.
animals are usually like deer and like elk and
Yeah,
like polar bears, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bigger.
polar
I
bear.
feel like.
Not in my
Since yoga, what about me? I'm not nearly as big as she is. But
Yes, you can touch Sparky.
Yes. As I go over and just give him a little nub on the head.
Can I try?
sorry, what's your character's name again? Sage?
Joel.
Joel.
We promise not to squish him.
I've never had a pet before. You can just it's okay. He can stay over there. I'll just observe.
And after Alexander's done petting him, I'll put him back in my pocket then.
Does he have a name?
Sparky.
A fitting name.
Sparky.
Can he do the same magic?
No, but he's tiny, like a spark.
Have you tried teaching him the magic?
I don't know how to teach it. I just
I
do.
could maybe help him learn if he's interested.
You can
I'm pretty
teach
good at
magic?
talking to animals.
Oh, to animals.
Do you have
I-
animal friends?
I pull Sparky back out so that
Try.
Try. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna reach my hand out for you to put him on. and I haven't played a druid for a while, so I guess do I cast talk to animals?
You most certainly can, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and try and teach Sparky how to do some magic tricks. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Uh-oh.
Do you have any interest in doing some of those tricks your buddy over there does?
Sort of scratches its ear. It looks a bit, you know.
I'm just gonna say I try to teach him one of my tricks. So I'm gonna try and teach him how to make a knife out of ice in his little mouse paw. So I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna do it myself and make an ice knife.
Okay.
And just be like, let's do it like this, and try and show him how to do it.
You see Joel like trying to do it in the background.
I'm definitely trying as well.
I don't think we can understand anything that's being said, but we're just like.
Yeah, I'm just like squeak, squeak, squeak.
Okay, so why don't you give me an animal handling check? You can describe well enough, but let's see how this goes.
Say that I do it. All right.
So on your character sheet, you should just be able to click animal handling, and it should do all the work for you. Okay, so 16. That's not bad.
16. Yeah.
I think on a 16, you'll give the mouse advantage.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's getting what you're putting down. Unfortunately, though, is that even right?
Is that?
Yeah. No, the mouse has no hope of ever getting this. Even with advantage, the mouse is sitting there like
knife dagger.
Like it's sort of like swishing its tail, like, and holding its tail up, like.
That's not too bad. It took me a while too. You just keep working on it. Scratch his little ear. Well, his first lesson went okay. I'm gonna pass him back.
Well, thanks for trying.
Yeah. I think he could get there eventually.
One day.
Now we are also at 10 retweets and 10 followers.
An unbeatable team.
Also, Kelly Lane donated to give both Jordan and Jenny rerolls. So everyone now has a reroll to use at any point. You can use it on any roll at any time, and we'll automatically take the second result. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, trinkets. We have also got some trinkets, so I'll dish those out randomly. I will deal a D4 in order of introduction. So 1 is Jordan, 4 is Jenny. Justin, could you please roll me a D100?
Alrighty.
And also Sagephilia. Sagephilia, I've forgotten how you prefer to be called. I'm sorry.
You can call me Holly is my actual name.
Holly. Awesome. Yeah. That's lovely. If you could also roll me a D100, just /R 1D100.
So that was a 92.
/R D100.
Yeah.
I'll put it in Zoom chat for you, so you can just copy and paste it across if you like.
Ha! I figured it out.
Nailed it. On the ground, you see what looks like a tree branch, except it glints in the mud.
Who sees that?
Joel.
I pick it up and is it muddy?
It's a little muddy, but it seems to be an ornately worn iron walking staff. The decoration appears to depict a man reaching skyward.
How big is it? Is it like
quarterstaff length?
Joel kind of looks at it for a minute and says, "Did one of you guys drop this?" And looks around. Anybody drop a stick? Is like a guy on the top of it?
Yes.
Oh, well, here you go. You should be more careful with your things. What is that man at the top for? Is that your god?
Well, I can't actually tell you. I'm just going to keep this and thank you a lot for giving that back.
As you
Tell
got
me
it.
telling the truth.
As I look at it for like a second, I'm like start to feel bad. Hey Joe, this is not mine. Here,
Oh.
take it back. I just wanted to see it.
Oh, well, you can look at it any time.
The
I guess
guild
if
was
it's-
eating me up inside.
Oh, well, yeah. It's always better to do what's right. See, you feel really good now, don't you? Doing the right thing.
I do.
I don't get it. Why would you say it was yours if it wasn't yours?
I just wanted to see it, really.
He might have been testing my trust. You know, we're bonding here, as he.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you know you can trust him, and he knows he can trust you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We're a team, right?
both
Yeah.
of you
Ugh.
on the back and.
Whilst you guys are
Take
doing
my ale.
this big group thing, the nice group thing, you've noticed that Nate isn't really taking part. He's looking down and seems to focus on his two toes pushing through the tattered ends of his shoes. He sort of says, I've never had this much money. I'm gonna go and see if I can find me a nice pair of boots like all you folks have, so I don't slow you down tomorrow. You're welcome to come if you like. I think they'll have some at the general store.
Will they have books there too?
I don't know. I'm not much of a reader.
Well,
Do you-
maybe a drink and then we'll head over. Since that's where you wanted to go. Gestures to the very tall, scary woman.
I've been drinking this entire time. You're not sure nothing when I got like a giant mug of ale in my hand, but like I've just been gulping it down. So I'm like, oh no, we can go anytime, and I can just bring it with me.
Nate, is this a place that you want us to come with?
Well, it's up to you mostly. I'm just gonna go see if I can get me some boots. I'd hate to slow you all down.
Will you get lonely alone? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, I guess.
I'll go with him if
Ah.
you would like to drink. I'm not much of a drinker myself.
No, let's all go.
I'm gonna play some cards if that's all right with you guys.
Will you get lonely?
No, I've been alone most of my life. Grew up on the streets.
Oh, playing cards. That's a good time to find information. See if you can meet anybody interesting that might know more about what we're doing tomorrow.
All right, I'll get some information while I take everyone's money.
Ooh, we didn't have streets where I came from. Dirt.
Well, there's dirt on the streets. A lot of dirt
He does have a point.
and other things.
Huh. I'm gonna actually watch this card game.
Okay. But I'm gonna go with Nate to the store, I think.
I will join them as well.
Okay.
Have fun.
We'll meet back here in a little bit.
Okay, so why don't we go to the general store first then? As the three of you approach, you can see all sorts of goods, odds and sods being sold. There's a vendor back there, a weedy small man with large spectacles, who welcomes you to his store. Welcome. How can I help you today?
Oh, good to meet you. Shake hand.
Nice to meet you. Yes.
This young man is looking for a fresh pair of boots. As you can see, his are not fresh.
Oh yes.
Not much at all.
Hang on a second. Looks to be about a size 25 centimeters. I'll go and get. And they runs back and pulls some boots. Goes, here you go, new boots. That'll be just 15 silver.
Do you have that?
Nate looks a little crestfallen. He's like, no, I only have what the foreman gave me.
Well, you can take some of mine. I don't get out much. I mean, I'm not going to use all 10 of this silver, so I'll lend you half of it, and that should be good, right?
No fooling?
Oh, no fooling.
Oh, why, thank you. Well
Oh,
and
certainly.
truly, thank you. And Nate gets these shoes, puts them on, and then he just stays close to your side, Joel. You've made a friend for life.
Joel is pleased. I've never had a friend before, just books and swords.
Seeing this act of righteousness, can I try and stealth 5 silver pieces into Joel's pocket?
Yeah, of course you can. Why don't you roll me a stealth roll? Or a sleight of hand, whichever you prefer.
We'll see. We'll see which Alexander prefers.
Bum, bum, bum.
Looks like they're both the same, so ooh.
Does that beat your passive perception?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, you can slip 5 silvers into the purse with no issue whatsoever. The books, unfortunately, are mostly boring here. They're titles that you've either seen already, books of fiction that you've read many times, cover to cover. Nothing here of particular interest.
Do you sell any anything that mice eat? I know a mouse that's had a hard day today.
Well, I can sell you some grain.
Looks over at Alexander. Do mice eat grain? Is that normal?
I think so. You might be able to get away with that, yes.
Okay, I'll take 1 grains, please. One ration.
Yeah,
One
I can
grain.
give you a small pouch for a silver if you wish.
Yes, that should be enough, I think.
Okay, as you go back to your purse, you'll discover that it is full of 10 silver again.
I think the coins are magic. They seem to be multiplying. Is that how people normally pay people? Is this normal? Whispering to Nate and Alexander, trying not to sound like an idiot in front of the shopkeeper.
I don't know, I've never had this much money before.
It might have been magical pieces. I would say just pay him and we'll be on our way.
I do so. Joel does so. And thank you for the boots and the grains.
You're welcome. Now, make sure you rest up well before the morning.
Definitely. Do you recommend any particular place to be doing our resting?
Oh, you can just take an empty tent. Unless
know
you
which
brought
ones-
one with you. Mostly we set them up for the newcomers.
Okay, is it obvious which ones are empty? I don't want to have a case of somebody, stumbling in the middle of the night and being mistaken for...
Yeah, how embarrassing that would be.
Yeah.
And an occupied sign, if you will.
Well, mostly people leave something in there, usually something not too valuable, perhaps like, I don't know,
A mouse.
A boot.
A boot would be good, perhaps an old boot, that
An
would
old
be a
boot.
good example. Maybe an empty jerkin or something like that.
All right, thank you for your help.
Most kindly welcome. Say hi to Miss Avery when you get over to the ale cart.
Will do. From Mr. What was it again?
Marvolio.
It is a wonderful name.
It was my father's. He's a magician.
He's a magician.
Oh,
And
he
you-
was before the Arcana Mystica got him. Anyway, that's all old news.
Arcana Mystica. Do I know anything about the Arcana Mystica?
You know that they oppose magic in all its forms. It took me a long time to think of that word.
I thought it was just a dramatic.
Because there's so many forms.
Yeah. I was just giving it more gravitas. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Is that why you did not pick up that craft from him?
I have some skills, but I've I've grown old by keeping my head down and selling good quality goods. It's an honest trade.
Well, magic could also be an honest trade.
I'm sure it can, just I'd rather avoid it.
Understandable if it's claimed the life of someone you cared about.
Yeah. Well, like I say hi to Miss Avery for me.
Yes, we'll do. Thank you.
Like, leaves a little awkwardly.
Have a good one.
Let's head over to Cincioga and Belthorn. So Cincioga, you're setting up a card game. As you head over to Miss Avery's tavern wagon, you can see the evening special board is up. Ale and stew, evening special, 1 silver piece.
I say, I'll have the ale and stew, but hold the stew.
She's this Miss Avery. She's
holding out a silver piece.
like you know the stereotypical image of like a farmer's wife, the sort of bingo wing dumpy farmer's wife, getting on in years. She's well, I mean, I can't recommend it, but if that's what you want to do, and she'll get you a tankard of ale.
Okay. I'm working on my next one, and I'm like towering over the little guy. Since yoga.
Come one, come all. Let's see. Lose a coin, lose 2 coins, lose them all. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll walk away with some extra pay. Come play some cards with me.
Please make a performance check for this little speech. Let's see how many people you can rustle.
Persuasion?
Yeah, okay, I'll let you have it.
I'll use a reroll.
You use a reroll? Okay. Okay, on an 18, a small crowd gathers. 3 or 4 people say, one guy comes up with a moustache. There's a young woman with who's just got hammers all over her belt, just tons of hammers. And they come up and they're like, okay, this guy, he's got a moustache. Yeah, okay, I used to play a lot of poker up in the big cities before I fell on hard times. I'll give you a game.
All right. Sounds good. Anyone else?
Yes, me. You can count me in for at least one hand.
All right. Let's put some bets on the table.
I put a couple silver on the table.
They'll see your bet.
All right, and then I start dealing out the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we'll play a hand.
Okay, great. How's this gonna work?
Well, I'm totally cheating. I'm gonna slide a hand to try and give myself the best possible hand, but let's go with standard poker, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They'll take a hand each. Why don't you make that sleight of hand or stealth roll and see if you can beat their? Oh boy!
Oh boy!
As you as you dip your hand into your sleeve or whatever it is you do to do these cards, the city dwelling man catches your hand and says, "Hey, I seen a guy dealing like that up in the cities. You're cheating."
Sorry. Here, you deal.
Nah, I'm not gonna play with a cheater. Good luck to you, sir. And he'll take his 2 silver back and leave. That one without the reroll.
Oh man! Right after the reroll too.
Yeah.
Does the lady back out as well?
She also steps back and says, "I'm not sure."
Fair enough.
And so I'll gather up my cards and my silver.
So Alexander and Joel, as you approach the Miss Avery's tavern wagon, you see this guy walking away, stroking his mustache, and he says, "Hey, be careful of that little guy up there. He's a cheater. Don't play cards with him, okay?"
Joel kind of like, I don't think he was a cheater. but I've never played cards with him.
Yeah, I caught his hand in his sleeve.
Maybe he was just feeding his mouse.
Uh-huh. Well, you believe that if you want to.
Joel would like to find Miss Avery.
Yeah, she's standing there with her ladle and her beer tap.
Miss Avery, I have a message for you from Mr. Marvolio.
Oh yeah.
He says hello. That was the message, just hello.
Okay, well, thank you for that. I suppose I can tell him hello too. You don't need to go running for it though. Don't worry.
Good. It was kind of weird at the end there. I think he needs a minute to remember some touching. I may have brought up something about his dad dying to magic on accident.
Is hello code for I like you?
I don't think so.
I mean, it just seems really odd to have someone come across town to say hello.
Well, I mean, it's just he points like way over to another town. It's just right over there. It's not all the way across town. It's more like halfway across town, really.
Same difference. Round up.
Oh, I got something for you, Santiago.
Oh, yes?
Pulls out like a moderate sack of grain. For your mouse.
Oh,
For Sparky.
Well-
He seemed like he was having a hard time with the lesson. So maybe, a little present, a little treat, show of goodwill.
thank you. How much do I owe you?
Oh, don't worry about it. Just maybe show me some of that,
Hey, listen, can I get you you can 1 silver piece, the evening special, you can get ale and stew.
I'll have the stew. You can give my ale to that one. Points to the towering woman.
Okay.
I just gulp down the rest of my current ale, slam it on the table, and wait for the next one.
The same thing here. 1 stew, give her the ale.
I'm coming over for some stew.
I chug the next cup of ale as fast as I can.
So,
get a
Slam
cup
it
of
on
stew.
the table and wait for the next one.
I think after 4 pints of ale, it might be time for a con check. Just to see how you're doing. Are you feeling squiffy?
Okay.
You're doing okay. You're doing okay. DC was 10, it's going to increase by 2.
How is the stew? Is it good?
I mean, it's stew, it's warm, and it's wet, and, there's definitely a type of meat in it.
Yay. A type of meat. Sustenance.
Something I learned on the street is to never ask what kind of meat's in the stew.
What kind of meat is in street stew?
It's always rat.
Does your mouse know?
Don't say that in front of
Hey,
Sparky.
mice and rats, they butt head. They're not friends.
So does your mouse ever eat rat stew, out of curiosity?
No, I always give him cheese. I always give him cheese.
Joel has a moment of panic where he realizes that he gave him grain instead of cheese and makes a mental note that the mouse needs
Oh,
cheese.
but grain is fine too. Grain is fine too.
Nate has sat down next to Joel, and he's just sort of like looking at the table.
Ma'am, could we get some more stew? I'm feeling very hungry tonight.
Yeah, certainly. Do you want me to give the ale to that one again?
Yeah, if you would, please.
Another ale goes your way. Belmont.
I take a deep breath, chug the last slam it on the table, and then get started on the next one.
Hey, Nate, do you need some stew?
Yeah, Joel will eat some, and be like, "Ugh, here, I can't finish this.
So same question. Do you need some stew?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to take, the food out of your mouth.
Hey Nate, I'm glad you like it. I'm also going to push mine over to him as well. I got about 2 spoonfuls in.
I'm just chowing down and going to town with this stew. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah, and he'll take a spoon and eat and be like, "Hey, is that pork?" And like,
Yep, that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Pork, bugbear. What's the difference?
Well, one's a lot more stringy than you would think.
The texture, really.
Have you guys actually eaten bugbear though? Do people eat bugbear? Is that normal?
When you're desperate, anything's food.
You
Except Sparky.
Good, you have to do it in the forest.
People eat bugbear?
Yeah.
Another round of drinks.
How is Belthorn feeling right now?
A little sad. She's never met a bugbear, but she's seen pictures of them, and she thinks they seem nice enough, so...
Hey, aren't one of you bugbears? Aren't one of you a bugbear? No? Never mind.
I'm a furbulg.
Like the
Don't be
bugbear's
racist.
distant
I'm
cousin.
almost traumatized. I was like, I would have not said that.
Probably one of the other adventurers there. Yeah, they're long gone. Anyway, Miss Avery says, if you're planning on working tomorrow, I suggest you get an early night. They'll work you hard, but it'll be worth it.
Do you know anything about what we'll be up against tomorrow, perchance?
Oh, you'll be clearing the Weald. They're clearing the path to lay the tracks for their new highway.
It seemed like it was dangerous.
It can be dangerous, but as long as you stick to the
cart,
stick to the road, stick to the cart, you should be fine.
By clearing the
what about
Weald.
if we don't?
Well, there's things out in the Weald that... There's a reason people use the teleporters to get across. Yeah, there's things out there that'll eat you for breakfast.
So-
Oh no.
To clarify, by clearing the Weald, we're talking killing anything we come across, clearing sticks out of the way.
Mostly you'll be cutting grass and chopping down trees.
Oh, kill me now.
Down trees? Eating me? For breakfast?
There's a
What?
chance, but think of the opportunities. We'll have a road that leads from the west to the east. We'll connect the two.
but you said that there were transporters. If there's transporters, why are we making a road?
You got the gold to use the Mystica Arcana stuff? They don't like magic. They charge you like 500 gold for one journey. Only the big corporations can do it.
Is there going to be a toll for this road, or is this going to be a free-to-use road?
Well, you know the Zephyr Consortium. They believe that it should be available to everyone.
Claps Nate on the shoulder. I think so too.
So it'll be
Yeah,
available for a little
definitely.
while, and then it will be feed. Is what I'm hearing.
Feed. Looks at Stu.
Feed?
We're cutting grass.
Like food?
Past tense of feed.
We're cutting grass.
Future tense?
And trees.
I traveled from the city for adventure.
We're all just low-key thinking the same thing.
I really just wanted to make new friends. And I'm gonna cheers with my ale, even though nobody else is drinking right now.
Cheers with the stew
I'm
bowl.
unaware of the fact.
I buy her 3 more
High
drinks.
five.
Cheers.
As 3 more drinks are ordered, Joel pulls Nate and says, "We're going to bed there."
Yeah, and Nate will
Well,
happily get up and get ready to go to bed.
I would like to toast to the remaining 2 people that are here for our safety tomorrow. Yes? Oh, sweetie,
I hold up what's left of the
My
stew.
grandma used to toast all the time. She would toast to the village getting burned down and the weeds taking it over.
What?
is that a good thing?
Common toast?
I like the city. Well, I like parts of the city. I like the parts of the city that aren't covered in.
Just do whatever toast you want. That's
Okay.
fine.
We don't mean toast as in something burning here. We mean like toasting.
Oh, because I always thought
It's a
that
celebration.
was a theme. Like it's a toast, and we burn the city down. No?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm just gonna drink.
I drink the remaining stew from the bowl. Do you drink your 3 extra drinks that were ordered?
Was that the answer?
Are there three drinks in front of me?
There will have been 3 drinks put in front of you, yes.
I
There are
took
3 drinks in
one
front
of
of me.
them.
He took one of them.
I took
So
one of
there's
them.
2 drinks. There's 2 drinks in front of me. I'll take a deep breath. Try and chug one down. Slam it on the table. Go to the next one.
I think it's going to be time for another con check. This time DC 12.
Fair enough. Hang on, I'm actually going to look at my stats this time. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Ooh, a solid 8. Have you ever noticed how if you turn the 8
Oh, hang on a minute.
it's an
You got-
infinity
You
sign?
have that reroll?
It's okay. It's okay. Hang on. That's a D10.
It's a D10?
Yeah, you rolled a D10, not a D20.
Oh, geez, yeah. You
I
did.
did?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It's gonna be
okay.
that one now.
It's gonna be an 8 again.
Plus 2.
You do have a reroll if you want to use a reroll. I think on a 4, you may be starting to get a bit squiffy.
I'll take the 4. That's fair. I
Okay.
have been chugging ale this entire time. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so as you chug this ale, you sort of drop the mug maybe, rather than place it down as gently as before. Alexander, since yoga, Belthorn is drunk. They can
I'm
carry
looking
on
over.
drinking at this point, but they're probably going to drink themselves into a stupor.
Okay, so I think that I'm chugging it now, but it's actually, most of it is actually just kind of running down my face until it's all gone. And then I
Alright.
just put the next mug down.
I'm thinking we should get a good start on tomorrow.
I think she already has a good start on tomorrow.
I go to what? On tomorrow?
We should go to bed now. You lead the way.
Maybe we should have. Well, I'm too short. Maybe we should have her lean on you, and you help her wherever we're going.
Teamwork.
Since you said you lead the way, I'm just gonna start wandering off. I have no idea where I'm going.
Oh no.
Can you stand?
I don't know. Can I stand?
I think you've got a drunken stagger on you. Yeah.
I've got a drunken stagger. I'm just staggering off towards I don't know what.
It's yoga.
Um,
Let's go get her.
Yep. I'm gonna grab a stick of some sort that I can fashion as a sort of crutch, so that I can actually help him. Like support Bellathorn, because I'm like 2.5, 3 feet tall, and
I'm 7.5 feet tall.
yeah.
I'm like
I
5'6".
I think I'll probably wrap this scene here as you guys help Belthorn back to bed. We'll sort of not smash cut, but a gentle crossfade to tomorrow morning. You're up and you've had breakfast. We'll say that someone woke Belthorn up.
That poor soul.
Belfon, you can describe your state to us shortly, but you're leaving breakfast and heading towards the cart yard at this point, where Duggan is waiting for you.
Can I say I woke up Bellathorn with a bucket of water?
Yeah, sure, totally.
Okay.
That's fair. So my hair is wet.
Oh no.
As I join the group.
Did you all sleep well?
I helped.
I think so.
That's sounds like a good night then.
How many fingers? How many fingers? How
One,
many?
2, 1, 2, 2.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Why are you wet?
Oh, that was me.
I wasn't sure, to be honest. I don't.
What?
They're blank spots. Yeah.
At first, I tried shaking, and then I tried kicking. I thought about stabbing, but I thought that might be bad. So then I tried water.
I see.
I
The
don't
3
like
elements.
Okay, so Duggan's gesturing for you all to come up. And as he approaches, he's standing next to a long wheel-based cart with 6 wheels and some levers. And he slaps it and says, "Well, this here's your cart. You take it out there and it'll take care of you." Sorry. You take care of it and it'll take care of you. Not take it out there and it'll take care of you. You take care of this thing and it'll look after you. That's what I'm saying. Otherwise, you're going to be hoofing it out of the Weald, and that can be downright deadly if you get caught out there after dark. Now look, these levers, this one goes forward, this one stops, and this one comes back. Alright? Essentially, you're going to be going out there, collecting any debris from the clearing, and bringing it back to be unloaded. Okay?
So does the cart run on a track, or is it just sort of existing in space?
It's just sort of hovering. There's big blue orbs underneath, that crackle, are the electric things that you touch and the lightning goes to your fingers. It's just sort of levitating there.
That's awesome. I'm
Joel is
wow.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm looking at those things.
Is there anything that we need to be concerned about with the don't hit something with the cart, don't go over water or anything? How does this work exactly?
You don't need to worry. The cart. It's a magic cart. It'll do everything itself. All you need to tell it is which way to go, forwards or backwards. Sorry, did someone say something there just then? Nope. I thought I heard someone say something, but evidently not. Okay. Do you guys take your positions on the cart?
Yeah.
I sit on top of it.
I come in behind the cart, a hand on each side.
I don't think it needs extra oomph.
It doesn't need.
It doesn't. No, I don't think so. I don't believe that's how it works.
I just stand behind it and put my hands in my pockets.
Maybe if you go ahead and make sure that there's not anything that's gonna come, rushing either side, since you're very tall.
So tall.
You can be our lookout.
That's true. And I hobble ahead of the cart.
That thing moves pretty fast. You're gonna want to be on top of it.
Oh, how fast does it go?
I move to the side of the cart. And back up. And
As soon as he says it goes pretty fast, I'm going to pull the lever for forward.
The cart's gonna start lurching forwards.
Do I get out of the way in time?
You can get out of the way in time. More important is, can you grab hold of it on time, as this thing starts moving at probably about 30 miles an hour.
Oh, jeez.
As soon as it starts flying forward, I will, as quickly as I can, make it stop. In a panic.
It will stop again.
Joel kind of hustles up with Nathan. Maybe wait till we're all on. We can all fit on it, right?
Oh yeah, it's long wheelbase, 6 people. You just need to fill it with debris and get it back.
All right. Joel hops on.
Alright, I hop on there.
I'm just gonna hop in the back and be there for moral support.
Well, if we're gonna cut grass, might as well do this in style. And then as soon as everyone's on, I just full throttle it.
Awesome. And as you put the lever forward, there's no throttle really. The lever's just on or off. So as you throw it, it starts woof, again. Doesn't seem to do any of that accelerate between 0 and 30. It's either doing 0 or it's doing 30. It's binomial speed. So it lurches away again. It almost seems to come to life as it begins rolling towards the entrance to the highway and the mouth of the dark forest. Even in full daylight, once the party passes between the row of trees and the light fades to a twilight gloaming around them, the temperature drops and almost forces an unnatural silence around you as the cart yard fades to the background, replaced wholly by the suffocating presence of the Midnight Weald.
I'm gonna turn our cart bright red with prestidigitation because red things always go faster.
As you turn the cart red, the cart begins, bumpily moving along, and as you turn it red, it suddenly starts surging forward at a high speed.
Joel kind of grups aside. You might want to slow it down. We have to stop, where we need to clear.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Are we to a point yet where there's debris in the way, or are we still sort of?
No, you're still going in. We'll say it's started moving at an incredible speed, maybe double the speed it was originally. I'd like a dexterity or strength save to see if you guys can try and hold on.
Okay.
Oh, good, another natural one.
Oh boy. Oh boy. 10 is the magic number we're looking for, everyone.
I think I might use that there re-roll a Reno for
Surprisingly dexterous.
to stay on the cart here. Is that all right?
Well, the nice thing about the reroll is you can roll it first, and then if it fails, you can roll again. Oh yeah, and you have done. Yes, you have. Yes, so you can reroll. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. So
Nice.
let's see who does not hold on. So just Cincioga, you go flying back into the debris collection part, and you will take 1d4 of bludgeoning damage as you are thrown around by the cart.
All right.
I'll let you roll that for yourself.
He has no mass to hold him down.
He has no mass to hold him down, to pull him round.
There we go. The low rolls are helping me this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Joel.
God.
Joel is gonna try to stop this crazy train ride.
Yeah. Okay. So you can make your way forwards. Why don't you give me some sort of athletics or strength checks? Try and make your way up the cart.
Yes, athletics, the thing I'm good at.
You got this.
Okay, on a 12, you can slowly make your way towards the cart, but it's going to take a matter of minutes as time seems to just eke out as this thing is moving along rapidly. You've probably been traveling for about 20 minutes by this point. You can get hold of the lever. As you pull it, the cart does not stop. It continues to careen uncontrollably. The brake lever just moves freely.
Oh no.
So it moves, but it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Well, we have two choices here. It seems like we can either run into whatever's going to stop the cart and stick with the cart and stay safe, or let the cart go and potentially not be safe anymore, seeing as we're going, looks at the blurring trees around, and,
The cart slips off the highway into the trees.
Point of clarification, is the gnome still on the cart?
The
There never
gnome...
was a gnome on the cart. I am a goblin.
Damn it! Is the goblin still on the cart?
Yeah, they've just been knocked about into the debris collection.
Okay. Alright.
As it slides off the path, you see a large rock looming ahead of you. We have another dexterity or strength saving throw as each of you are thrown from the cart as the cart collides with this rock at high speed.
The dexterity save again?
Yes, indeed.
Could I potentially do something before we hit the rock?
Oh, it depends. What would you like to do?
I want to cast Frostbite on the rock itself, make it a little slippery. Hopefully we can not crash into it. It's such a high impact and maybe slide off of it or something.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So you can cast your Frostbite. It gets a little slippery. And instead of crashing into the directly, you go flying over it and land on the other side. With those awful rolls of 5, though, you two will take another 1d4 of bludgeoning damage. And I would still like a save from you, please, Jordan.
Oh, okay.
You did reduce the damage.
Thought I got out of it.
Oh, now the dice want to roll.
This is a dex save?
Dex save, yes, please.
Okay.
Or strength save, if you prefer.
Ooh.
Oh, must be nice.
Rolling well.
Yeah, so you land nimbly.
I know where all my rolls are going. Oh, man.
Okay, everyone, so you have landed in the Midnight Weald.
Is the cart still like sputtering off into the distance, or is it like...
As you all recover from the shock of the crash and begin to look around, you find yourself far off the highway and in the low light and eerie silence created by the dark trees of the Midnight Weald. The cart rests halfway up the large rock you hit and tilts precariously to the left. The force of impact from the cart has dislodged the rock from the surrounding earth and is now propped up over the dark cavity that was hidden underneath. The path the cart took to arrive here is easily followed by the broken underbrush, but the main road is nowhere to be seen.
Well, can anybody lift the cart and back to the path since we have to stay with it?
I stand up. I immediately head over to the cart and I attempt to lift it. It's a very large cart, but I'm not thinking about it that much.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
It's like 15. I'm gonna say it's 15. Yeah.
On a 15, as you approach the cart and the boulder, from beneath the boulder you can hear a faint chittering, followed by a sharp clacking.
A chittering and a clacking. Okay, so I'm gonna freeze, and I'm gonna try and look around and see where the chittering and the clacking is coming from.
It's almost certainly coming from beneath the boulder that's been propped up by the crash.
The boulder. Okay. I'm gonna back up a little bit. You guys, there is definitely something behind that boulder.
What is it?
I use lightning lure to pull the boulder to me.
Would you say that it is moving?
The boulder's quite large. Is there a weight limit on lightning lure?
That is a fantastic. Well, normally it can only be used on creatures. So, I mean, technically, it would be DM magic if I was casting it on a rock, but there is not a specified weight limit.
I'm going to call it by the book this way, as I'm following a module today.
All right, fair enough.
Unfortunately, that won't do anything.
Alrighty. So I attempt to do that, and lightning just kind of tickles the rock, and then I'm just like, well, that didn't go to plan.
Okay, is it an animal making the noise, or is it the cart making the noise, or is the rock something with it being frozen?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Joel kind of.
No, there's something going on over there.
But you said that you saw something?
No, I hear something back there, and it doesn't sound good.
You're so tall, can't you not see over the rock?
I stand up on my tippy toes and try and peer over the rock. Do I see anything different?
Well, if you put your head under the rock to look into the hole that's been created, you will see large pincers and many legs as a scorpion crab dives out to attack you.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Try and jump away from it.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Hey, this means War TV. Thank you very much for the raid. There are 3 scorpion crabs that have been nesting under this rock, and they will emerge angry. Let's have some initiative rolls, please.
Alright. I'm just gonna get a stupidly high roll here. I just know it.
Mine is actually +2, so it's 15. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Aw.
If it has to be bad, I'd prefer it be on initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So, since Yoga, it looks like it will be your turn first.
Alright.
Now you get the good rolls.
Yep. Well, I don't trust my own rolls. So I'm going to cast oh no, dang it, that is an attack. Because I'm not gonna stand next to this thing. Alright, so I'm gonna cast Witch's Bolt and try and shock the hell out of this thing.
Unfortunately, a 10 will not hit.
Yeah.
So maybe it just goes a little wide or something like that.
Alright, and then I will use my bonus action to move 10 feet back from my Tempestuous Magic feature. And then it will be somebody else's turn.
Indeed, next in the turn order is the first scorpion crab, which is going to dive towards Belthorn, attacking with its claws. Does an 8 hit you?
No.
It stabs, but you manage to dodge away, and it is your turn.
Okay. So the one that just attacked me, I am going to, since I've been teaching the mouse about it before, I'm gonna try and come out with an ice knife first thing.
Okay. Oof, that will hit.
All right.
Good roll.
I believe you roll, is it 1d10 piercing?
It's
and
a
then...
D10. Yeah, check out that 2 damage.
The ice knife sort of maybe cuts into its armor, but doesn't do as much damage as you might hope.
I'm like,
Next in the turn order is the second scorpion crab, which is going to once again attack Belthorn, I think.
fair enough.
Using his claw attack. How about 12?
Nope.
So after second scorpion crab, it is Joel's turn.
Are any of the scorpion crabs looking like they're close to our good buddy Nate? Or is he seeming pretty safe?
Nate sort of bangs his head on a rock, but he's up and he's sitting next to you.
I'll just try to stab at the one that's closest to me, I suppose. With a rapier.
I totally did not forget about Nate.
He failed his dex check last time. He's good.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Huh.
So sorry, you were using your rapier. The rapier attack's going to be good. That's a good attack.
Okay. All right, that's the damage as well, I believe.
If you click on the rapier, it will roll the damage secondly. The two rolls that you can see there, the left one is the one that we take, the right one is for advantage or disadvantage.
What?
So in like the chat window where the rapier appears, if you go and click on the word rapier, it will roll damage.
Oh, okay. I got you.
There we go. 11 damage. That is a hell of an attack as you find something fatal. Well, not quite fatal, but certainly very damaging, and you can really push your blade into the soft, squishy parts. Was that the same one that Belfont attacked, or is that a different one?
It probably would be a different one because I assume those are sort of closing in on her, so it would probably be whichever one hasn't closed in yet.
Okay, well, in that case, Nate is going to run forward, and he is going to attack the scorpions. Funnily enough, he actually has a butter knife that he took from breakfast. He's going to attack. Unfortunately, his 12 doesn't do anything. It just hits the thing as he tries to help you, Joel. After Joel and Nate, it is Alexander's turn.
Okay. How many of these are there?
3.
3. Okay. Then I'm just gonna kind of look at them and say, "You will not hurt my friends anymore. You will not hurt Sparky." And I'm gonna cast Bane. That's gonna be they just have to make a charisma save of 12.
Charisma save of 12. Oh, this is a good spell to use. Just misses. So your Bane works.
On all 3?
I think you have to just pick one target, right?
Up to three creatures.
Up to 3 creatures, yeah. Okay. In that case, one of them makes it. We'll say the one that Belfont is in close combat with makes it. The other 2 are baned.
Okay, cool. So they just have to roll a d4 and subtract it when they try and attack.
Oof.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
Fantastic. So lastly then is the last scorpion crab. The last scorpion crab is displeased by you casting magic on it and rushes towards you, Alexander.
Oh no.
Does a 7 hit you?
No.
Awful rolls from me. So we go back to the top of the round with Sinsyoga.
Alrighty. So we have one that's next to Bella, one that's next to Alexander. Where's the third one?
In combat with Joel and Nate.
With Joel. Okay. I'm going to try and use Witch's Bolt again on the one that just attacked Alexander.
Okay.
All right. Higher than a 10. Let's go. Yes!
That is effective.
Nice.
All right. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe it's vulnerable to lightning. That could be a 2.
Man.
Oh, man.
You lightly singe this you lightly singe this creature with your lightning attack.
Tickled it.
Yeah, tickled it ever so gently.
Oh man.
Scorpion Crab in combat with Bella is going to attack again.
Oh.
Well, nat 1 and a nat 20, but the nat 1's first, so it misses. And we hand turn over to Belfont.
Perfect timing. So I'm going to attack the one that just tried to attack me. I'm now reaching for my staff. I'm putting my, Shylay power into it. And I'm going to hit him with it. So that's to hit.
That is effective. Yes, you hit the creature.
Oh yeah.
Please roll your damage with Shillelagh.
Shillelagh?
Shylay?
Dog?
Shylay?
6 damage.
Take that.
What kind of damage is that?
That is going to be. It's normally bludgeoning damage with my staff.
Uh huh.
But I think it might make it magic magical damage when I use that ability.
Okay.
But
Well then, we'll say it's still bludgeoning as you managed to crack the shell on this thing.
Right.
And it. How is this going to look? This is going to take this thing out.
Nice. Okay, so I would just say that its shell completely shatters and just like into a bunch of tiny pieces, and it just falls over with little bits of shell, kind of sprinkled, kind of all over me because it's been attacking me.
Okay.
Look from behind.
Please make me a dex save.
A dex save. All right, I feel like I described that wrong.
Oh yeah, you dive out of the way of the acid splashing blood easily.
Acid, I love that. Okay, cool.
After you, it is the second scorpion's turn. The second scorpion, having been heavily stabbed by Joel, is going to, and seeing Belthorn destroy its friend, is going to think, well, maybe Joel's an easier target, and it's going to lash out at you. But instead of using its claw, this time it uses its stinger.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit you?
A 19 does hit me.
Ooh, could you please make me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
As you take 9 damage, but you are not poisoned.
Sweet.
How are you looking after 9 damage?
Not great, but I mean, it rhymes with great. On a scale of 1 to 20, I'm looking about, great.
Well, it is your turn.
Oh, awesome. Because that guy's getting like a knife. I do have a question. Can I hand off a weapon to Joel as a bonus, or not Joel, Joel, to Nate as a bonus action?
Of course you can.
Okay. So for my bonus action, I'm going to hand him one of my hand axes, which is D6.
He says, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah. Let me take that on my inventory real fast before I forget about it. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a rapier punch at that guy. I assume that hits.
Nice.
So if that lands, that's going to be another 9 piercing damage.
That does indeed hit, and how does this look? As that is most certainly enough damage to ruin this poor creature. Yeah.
Joel thrusts forward again, and knowing that the acid is probably coming, seeing as he just almost got sprayed with it, is going to try to fling it off the end of his rapier into the forest beyond.
Sure, make me a sleight of hand roll.
Gosh.
Oh yeah, you do that. You slip it off that way, and as it trails, it's fluids. You can't really call it blood because blood doesn't sizzle like that when it hits the ground.
It's ick.
Yeah, it's ick. Yeah.
That's ick.
Nate looks at you and looks across to Alexander and sort of looks questioning with a hand. Like, should I?
Please.
He runs across, and it's not the most impressive of sight as he runs across, but he does make an attack with the hand axe, and hits the creature. Not for a lot of damage. He sort of glances off the shell.
It's his first time with a hand axe.
Everything helps.
Yeah, every little helps. Good old Tesco's copyright TM. After Nate, it is you, Alex. Yours is the only scorpion crab, and also the healthiest.
Yay!
And
Okay.
it's often the way.
Is this one also affected by my bane, or was that?
Yes,
the
indeed
other
it
two?
is. Yes, indeed it is.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
I
All right,
totally
then
didn't
I'm.
use that either. My bad.
That's okay. I am going to. I'm going to cast Frostbite on it, so that it has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll. So it just has to make a con save of 12.
Oh yeah, it's all over that con save. It's onto your wily magic ways now. That's why it started attacking you in the first place.
Darn it.
Just out of interest, what is your armor class, Joel?
It is 16.
Give your 9 points of damage back.
Okay.
The Bane, we'll say that it's sort of like, this is an interpretation of events. This is what could have happened. You could have got hurt for a lot of damage, but instead, Alexander's Bane just stopped you from having that flash forward. You didn't receive that damage at all.
Yeah, Joel thought he did. He like reacted like,
Yeah.
but then he was like, "Wait, actually, I'm all right."
I'm just smiling at you.
Oh, but the Scorpion Crab is going to attack at you again, Alexander. It knows your magic is what's up with your magic now. It lashes out with its stinger with a 16. That's a d20. Ignore that. 14. Does a 14 beat your armor class?
Yes. It does.
It hits you for 6 damage. Please make me a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Let's see. Con save, right?
Con save indeed. Success. You just take the damage.
Nice.
Okay. You said 6?
6 indeed. 5 piercing, 1 poison if it becomes relevant. And with the Scorpion Crab's turn, we go back to the top of the round. Cincioga.
All right, so I'm gonna take my wand, which is also like clearly taped together. It's broken at one point, and I'm going to, charge energy using the Witch Bolt attack. Since I managed to land last time, I don't have to use a spell slot, so that's nice. And 9 doesn't hit. I imagine some sparks come out of where it's taped together, and it just shoots off to the side somewhere.
If you didn't do any other actions, the wording is on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage.
I just do the damage?
It doesn't say it requires an attack roll again. You can, if you use your action to do anything else, which you haven't, the spell ends.
I thought it was I make the attack again. My bad. Wonderful news. Wonderful news. 9 damage.
9 damage. The creature begins to fry in its shell. It's not quite done, but it's looking very close as it begins to sizzle. That Scorpion Crab is dead. Belfawn, it is your turn.
Okay, so seeing it beginning to crackle and sizzle in there, I'm coming back in with my staff, empowering it with my druid power and hitting it one more time.
The room holds its breath.
What's gonna happen? Oh, does the 12 get it?
I don't think so. I'll double check for clarity. No, unfortunately that will not hit.
Okay, and I just passed right by it, and that was my turn.
Thank you, Alexander. After Belfawn, that Scorpion Crab is dead, so Joel.
Seeing that his friends seem to be not able to hurt this guy, he's going to slide in with his rapier and attempt to get it. Is 15 gonna get it?
A 15 will hit it, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn!
Ooh.
Joel, breaking the big blades.
You have a lot more emotion.
Joel means business.
Joel really
Joel-
does.
He will attempt to, since it's already frying on the inside, like slice the top of the shell off and away, so that there's the tender cooked meat inside. If anybody cares to be bold.
Fantastic. And as you slice away the top, please can both you and Alexander make a dex save as
Oh,
the
no.
poison spray comes flying out the top. Joel is all over this, though.
I've read about these.
Oh yeah, you guys are fine. You dive out of the way of that acid splash. You know what this is about. And we exit combat.
So is anybody wanting to make a stew out of this? Is this one of the acceptable stew meats?
I got this.
What a terrible idea.
I'm gonna try and just cook this meat with lightning.
So as you start to frazzle it, it begins to immediately like sort of singe around the sides and begin to burn and give that horrible like sort of cooked, the sort of burning flesh sort of smell with the hairs and everything inside the shell. But it also gives off a sort of seafoody aroma. It's a strange one.
I don't think I want that.
Seafood. I'm willing to try it.
If we could wash away the acid, then I'd be willing to try it as well.
I'll take notes on the effect it has.
I dive in.
You know what? Actually, yeah, why not? It's edible. You can eat this without any negative effects. Yeah.
Great.
That's right. All things are coming up since yoga here.
Joel watches,
I'd like
making
a piece
some
of that.
notes, eating his rations, making some notes. Should we?
Joe, you've got to try this.
I'll
It's
wait for the
delicious.
next one. I think.
Oh,
I'll take her share. Oh, never mind. You ate it.
I grab some more and I give it to you.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
Can I look at the bottom of the cart and see if the glow orbs are still working as they are, as they should be, as they were?
Not only are the glow orbs broken, there seems to be parts irreplaceably broken on the ground. This cart isn't going anywhere.
It doesn't look real heavy.
If you'd like to do a thorough investigation, you can give me an investigation or arcana check.
Gross.
Oof, yeah, no, you can't really tell anything else. But it's open to the party if anyone else would like to have a look.
I'll take a look at it.
I'm gonna start picking pieces up and looking at them and then just like adding them to my pile.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, okay, so as you are investigating this device, you're getting a strange pulse off of the front control panel, and it is almost certainly been tampered with.
Oh. Everyone, I think I found something over here. It seems that this panel here, someone might have done something to it.
I'm just gonna drop everything that I was carrying on the floor and run over.
Is it does it have to do with the red magic that happened or something else?
Actually, Alexander, you will find inside a broken clockwork timer that looks like a pocket watch embedded with runes on it that has triggered early. This cart was sabotaged.
Oh. I kind of pull it out. Look at this. There are these runes on here. I mean,
I look at it. What time is it?
1:30. Someone sabotaged us.
So this is why
That's not a time.
turning the cart red went awry. I knew this wasn't my fault.
Well, it did go faster. That was your aim.
Yes, but we lost control, and that would have never happened if it hadn't been for the sabotage. We'd have just gone faster.
Is there anybody that wants to kill any of you? I mean, I heard some guy with a mustache saying some somewhat unflattering things about you.
Well, there's the Mystic Arcanum, there's the guy I owe money to, the other guy I owe money to.
So this is
couple
your fault.
orcs that
What?
I may have borrowed some valuables from. Oh, and also there was that one lord that well, he didn't care for me. Is all
Is
I'll
there a time of day you usually get sabotaged? I'm still trying to understand where the clock comes into play here.
say. 1/2 always.
1/2 always. Half
Yeah.
past always. What time is always?
It's now. It was also
changing.
5 minutes ago.
and it'll be 5 minutes from now.
Oh, wow. This happens to you a lot.
Yep.
Okay, so far we're pretty sure it's Sensen Yoga that somebody's trying to kill.
Yeah, people don't like me. I don't know why.
But you have such a cute mouse.
Right?
And you can do the spark thing.
Yeah, I think that's why the Mystic Arcanum doesn't like me.
Well, he does keep his mouse locked away in his little pocket. I mean, we didn't even know about it until today, and we've been traveling with him for how long now? At least
2
a week.
days. No. Yeah.
He's in an open pocket. He just chooses to hide to be safe. He's been on the streets with me. He knows there's some scary stuff out there.
I feel like
scary stuff that followed you in here, it sounds like.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like Nate might know something, but it seems that he walked away.
Oh, I
guess
think
we'll-
he's just shining his boots. He seems very concerned about his new boots.
We'll
What
go
did you
back in a
do?
moment then.
What did you do to get all of this? All
Which
of
time?
these enemies.
Which time?
The most recent time, I guess?
He was a cheater at cards, is what I recall.
I was there for that,
most-
yes.
Oh, no,
Most-
I remember that too. Who was there
Well-
at the card game?
Well, there was
Guy
a
with the
time
mustache.
that I was accused of cheating. Yes, but before that, I did give a wedgie to a council member of the Mystic Arcanum.
But did he follow you
A wedgie.
out here?
A wedgie. Yes.
Explain wedgie.
Well, I used magic to grab his undergarments and pull them up.
Oh, that seems like a
That's
nice
awfully
service.
kind of you.
Well, I pulled them up higher than one might be comfortable having them raised.
Hmm.
Joel kind of shifts uncomfortably.
He deserved it, though. He was talking about how magic is bad and evil, and how he wanted to kill a bunch of magic people.
What? That magic
Yeah.
is bad and evil?
Yep, that's what he said.
The power of the earth and the animals?
Well, magic
Oh,
can
what?
be used for evil, but
What? How would anyone use that power for evil?
well, the same way that someone could use a sword for evil.
Ever met a necromancer?
That was deep. No, I haven't met one, but one did send a horde of undead to my village. Well, not my village, the village that was close to my forest.
Exactly. So, while sure
They
there's
use
some
magic?
Yeah, like there's some people and they sometimes use magic for bad, but these Mystic Arcanum guys have got it all twisted.
They were really bad.
So I feel like this is still your fault somehow, Sensyoga.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Anyone with a passive perception of DC 10 will hear the snapping of twigs and crunching of detritus underfoot, indicative of something approaching them through the forest.
Maybe we
Uh-oh.
should scoot behind some trees.
At
'Cause I
least
think
hear
someone's
something.
coming.
We should definitely be
I'm already gone.
Can I
Let's see how gone I am.
Fly
Oh,
up.
there we go.
Yeah, I think
wow.
I would be surprisingly good at hiding in trees because I'm a druid from the forest. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Only the dice will tell.
Feel like a solid of stealth.
Oh yes, please. If you want to hide, stealth rolls all around.
All right.
can I fly above the trees and just try and get an aerial view?
Do you have fly at level 2?
Yeah.
Isn't it racial?
Aarakocra.
Of course, yes. Yeah, by all means, you can fly up.
Okay.
I guess
If
I'm
that-
still
if
a
that- if
little
that's okay.
hungover.
Yeah, by all means, go for it.
I can also have, a messed up wing.
No, it's fine. You can fly.
Okay.
As you
Cool.
fly up, you will see first that all of you will see from your hiding spots. Nate isn't very good at hiding, and neither is Belthorn, it would seem. As I think perhaps Belthorn is so confident in her ability to hide in the trees that maybe you put less effort in than one might have otherwise.
I'm just
And,
standing behind a tree. I'm like.
and Nate's confidently just copying you. From above, Alexander, you can see a silhouette of a tall humanoid figure beginning to take shape. The rest of you from the ground begin to see this as well. As it approaches the path and is revealed, the party sees a tiefling woman wearing a well-tailored uniform emerge from the dusklight. She is a striking figure with charcoal grey skin and strong facial features. From her stately forehead, 2 large red horns form the shape of a crescent moon above her brow. Nestled between the horns, her golden blonde hair is tightly pulled back into a long single braid that lays upon her right shoulder. Shining, pale yellow eyes look around questioningly.
Could I roll a history to see if I can figure out where her insignia is from?
Sure.
Nope.
Afraid not.
Considering I've had
20.
Considering I've had past dealings with the Mystic Arcanum, is it them?
Why don't you also give me a roll? History roll. Give you advantage since you're past. On a 12, you can tell that is not a Mystic Arcanum uniform.
In that case, I step out, and I'm like,
Hey, how's it going? I'm the great Cincioga!
and then pop, 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 prestidigitation fireworks.
What in the bloody hells are you doing off the highway?
Sabotage?
We weren't doing the sabotaging. Someone sabotaged him.
She jumps as you also appear from your hiding place.
So I'm also gonna jump out from my hiding space as if I was hiding and she didn't see me the entire time, and be like, "Don't be alarmed, but no, we did no sabotage. We got thrown off the tracks."
Hang
I'm
on,
gonna
your
Fly
cart?
down.
You're gonna fly down, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Your cart was sabotaged.
Yeah, something with a clock and some runes.
Another runaway. Damn.
Do you
I'm
know
gonna-
who's...
Walk up uncomfortably close to her. Is this something you've seen before?
Yes, the Mystic Arcana. The Arcana Mystica, even. They've been sending people in to sabotage our carts and try and waylay the Viceroy's highway. Trying to
Oh,
hold
are
it
you-
all together, I believe.
Are you from East?
Not originally, but I am now, I guess.
I knew it wasn't my fault.
Oh,
I start rubbing her shoulder. That sounds really hard.
Thank you.
What are you doing so far off the path, if you don't mind my forwardness? Glances up at someone being more forward.
I am a pathfinder.
Well, the path is back that way.
Yes, I look for new routes.
Hmm.
They've hit a snag up ahead. I'm seeing if I can find an alternate way around. But that's going to have to all change now. We need to get you back to East. We're miles out, and I don't have a cart. We're going to have to take you back on foot.
Our cart is broken, but if you know how to fix it.
I do not. No, I do not have those skills.
But you can take us back to the town. My arm is still on her shoulder.
You know, I bet I could fix this cart.
He totally can't fix this cart.
I don't think we have the time to spend the time on it. If we stay around here and it doesn't work, we'll be stuck out here after dark, and that can indeed be deadly, as I'm sure you've been warned.
Will they be upset if we come back empty-handed, having not cleared anything away? I mean, they did already pay us our advance.
No, they'll be mainly happy that you're safe and able to work again tomorrow. Come, I don't have the schedule to deal with your folly for very long. Let's get back to the main highway and get you back to East. Maybe a cart will be able to pick us up.
Thank
Why?
you so much.
Why are they after us? Why are they trying to sabotage the things that we're trying
Well,
to
they-
do here?
Currently have a monopoly with the teleporters, and if there was a competing way to cross the Weald safely, then perhaps. You know what? I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Joel is gonna sort of take a second to look at this woman. It's awfully convenient that she is out here. Can I roll an insight against her?
Certainly.
All right. Give me some. What's up?
Not terrible.
Okay, on a 14, that's not terrible. She seems genuine enough. It seems coincidence that she may have been out here. She may not actually be a pathfinder, but she's being honest enough with you. You also notice that Nate has gone very quiet. He's clearly got something on his mind, and he keeps glancing at Drina and back at the party nervously.
Joel kind of walks over to him and says, "Is everything all right?"
Yes, but I'm not sure how much I trust her. Maybe Belfawn or you could go ahead and scout.
Can I insight Nate to see why he's acting so sketch?
Of course.
It's my best friend, bro.
We gave you boots.
On a 14, he's looking at this tiefling an awful lot.
Hey, Nate. Nate. Come over here. Come over here, Nate.
Yeah? Can I help you?
Yeah. So, I see your eye on the tiefling. But I think it would be rude to interrupt what Belfon's doing. So maybe make sure that she has a room to do whatever Belfon's doing.
I just think that someone should scout ahead. I'm not sure. I don't trust her.
I can scout ahead.
Man. Just saying.
Joel will. I can scout ahead if it would make you feel better.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
He'll take out his walking stick and you said we'll head back along the way the cart's been going, right?
Yes, I think that'll be the quickest way.
Okay, I'll just make sure that there's no more crabs out there, and you two can.
Are you kidding? On your
finish that.
own? You'll get mobbed in no time. No, stay with the
You'll
group.
be right behind me. It's fine.
Would you like to make a persuasion on this?
Oh goodness, yeah, I'm really charismatic. She lied.
Oh, jeez.
Hey.
Hey.
Now look,
Can
I think this is a
Use
terrible
my
idea.
reroll?
Yeah, you could use your reroll on that.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know if that's really worth it. Yeah, I'll try to use my reroll.
Well, Alexander can call it on someone else's if he wants to use. If Jordan, if you want to use your reroll on her roll, you can.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So you get a reroll.
Better be good. That's much better.
He says, "Oh, okay, look, if you want to scout ahead, I won't stop you, but I do think it'd be safer if we were all together."
Would it make you feel better if maybe? And I don't mean to volunteer you for this, Alexander, but I'm going to anyway. What if Alexander was scouting from the skies?
That is something that I'm good at. You see these wings? So I spread them out.
It's okay, but
Just
be careful. You know why they don't have airships anymore, right?
I don't. Please
Your people
remind me.
haven't been warned of the danger in the skies?
I mean, there's danger wherever you go.
The invisible clawing?
Oh,
say what now?
I thought that was only a rumor.
The airships all got grounded by that event that day. Since then, anything that goes up higher than the tree line gets attacked as though it was being attacked by an invisible dragon.
So you mean to tell me that is not just stories that they tell us to prevent us from being like flying into the sun or something?
No,
Real.
you're in grave danger.
Oh,
I retract my volunteering of Alexander for air scouting.
well, I'm very glad that I did not fly too high previously. That I stayed right below the trees.
Seeing Joel move away, Nate had been sticking close to Joel's side ever since they shared the boot buying experience. But now he's sort of straying close to the group, but mainly staying close to Drina, who is the tiefling, who has named herself right now. She says, "My name is Drina. We should probably get to know each other if we're walking."
Hey, Nate, remember? Hey, give Belfon some room. You know, like,
That's a beautiful name, Drina.
Thank
Is it
you,
a family name?
Belthorn. No, my family name is Nikal.
Drina
It's a
Nakal.
very nice name.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Nozdrina Nikal, officially.
Nostrina?
Nozdrina, yes.
Wow,
Come on, mind your step. Keep an eye, both high and low.
that sounds royal.
Oh no. Just this cursed
Drina.
British accent, I suppose.
Drina, I have a quick question for you.
Of course.
Is there anything in these woods and forest-like area that you have not told us about?
Well, I haven't told you about the scorpion crabs, but I see you found those yourself. Then there's
Oh,
This-
we know all about those.
they're delicious.
the spider bite
They-
things, the lizard things.
They were very, very good.
Sorry, spider bite thing.
Yeah, the giant tiger things. The
Everything's okay.
what else is there? There's all sorts of things that can eat you out here. Essentially, it's
Ooh,
very,
wow.
very dangerous.
I would love to see a tiger-like thing. I don't think I've seen one of those before.
I don't think I'd like to see a tiger thing.
So there's lions, tigers, and bears? Oh my.
Oh my. I just love seeing new creatures.
I don't think these are friendly ones, Belfon.
Well, I still like seeing them.
Fair enough.
All creatures can be friendly.
Can be. Doesn't mean they will be.
That's true.
Nate stops.
All right, finally listening. Finally giving Belfon some space so she can make a move. Thanks. Thanks for listening.
And I'm just like, hearing you, I'm just kind of moving up right next to the tiefling.
She's intrigued by what's going on. She's not sure what you're doing, but she's listening.
Oh, I'm just standing very, very close to her.
Is
So
the
it's
rest
like-
of the party stopped?
It's like that thing where you're barely touching shoulders. Almost not, but you can kind of feel the almost shoulder touching.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what
gonna like climb up Belfon on the opposite side real quick and say,
Pretend to yawn real quick.
Okay.
and then as she runs, I like try and move her hand on Drina, like next to it to like put it around Drina.
She sort of shrugs it off, like, "What on earth are you doing? We don't have time for this."
Very tired. Very tired.
Nate, why have you stopped? What's going on? Nate, standing there, looking down, hood down in that classic pose that we all know very well, says, "This road will never be completed. The Zephyr Consortium's ideas of controlled access to magic are what almost destroyed us all in the Sylvan War. The Arcane Mystica's rules are necessary for all of our safety to keep the magical order. Why would you lend your warlock pack magics to this careless course of action?" He bellows, as I would like you all to roll initiative.
No, not Nate. No.
We got him boots, man.
We got him.
treachery.
Ooh. This hurts.
And he was so very pleased that you were so willing to walk ahead.
Yeah, I imagine. He's my best friend.
So for the mechanics of that, you will start 40 feet away from the party during the battle.
Okay.
Let's see. I haven't actually counted the initiatives. I just looked at them. Oh wow. Okay, so first up, it looks like it is Belfon.
How far away from where is Nate in relation to me and the rest of the party?
Nate is 10 feet behind the party.
Behind the party, okay. So I want to run back to him. And I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave on him to try and just knock him down.
By all means, you may.
Okay.
It's some sort of save, isn't it?
It's a 13. He has to con save. 13.
Con save, perfect. Passes.
Dang! Okay, so I think he takes half of this roll. So he takes 5, but he is not knocked prone.
Yeah, kitty. Yeah,
It's a tiger creature.
And isn't pushed back. So he just takes 5 damage.
He does take the 5 damage, and he is next in the initiative order. Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Uh-oh.
I would like to do. Nope, I'm just gonna prep my staff with my bonus action. Ooh, no, I'm gonna turn invisible. That's a thing I can do as a furball. So I'm gonna use hidden step, and I'm like, that didn't hit him as hard as I thought it should have. I'm invisible.
Okay, and as you turn invisible, he conjures some magic energy to him, and says, "You will never give the secrets of magic to the common people." At the tiefling, and fires
not the tiefling.
magic missile at her.
Trina, why?
Too many things in the way. I can't move that. Come on now. Dealing 13 points of damage to her.
Ouch.
She looks injured. After that, Nate will disengage and move back into the forest ever so slightly. So he's now 15 feet away from the party, with some slight cover. Next in the turn order is Joel.
You said she looked injured.
Mm-hmm.
Does Alexander still look injured from the last fight?
Well, we didn't do any healing, did we? I don't think we investigated. Then there was the next thing. There wasn't a rest or anything. No, this module just keeps things coming. I'm afraid.
Okay, well, I'm not really. Joel isn't super sure about this tiefling chick, so he's gonna use his move in action to rush up and touch Alexander, and he's going to feel like he has 2 more defense to himself. I'm gonna use Shield of Faith on you.
Awesome.
For my bonus action. So for 10 minutes, as long as I can keep concentration, you get +2 to your AC. And that will be my turn since I had to rush up. He's gonna yell, "But Nate, we could all do magic together. We can make magic even better than it is now."
Nate, no, magic must be kept secret. Help me deal with this warlock. They will surely doom the world.
He's my friend.
Nate, why?
Nate.
Yeah.
So that'll be my turn.
After Joel, it's Alexander's turn.
Okay. Kind of feeling this shield on me. I'm gonna look at Nate and just Nate. I am a warlock myself. Your words are very hurtful, and I think that we can save magic together. And I'm gonna cast Frostbite on him.
I was waiting for the persuasion roll, but no. Okay, go for it. Frostbite. That's me.
That is a con save for you.
Con save.
Con of 12.
Failed.
Okay, I'm gonna try and aim like just towards his legs, so that he knows like I'm not trying to kill him, just like stop him.
And mechanically just gives disadvantage on attack, correct?
Yeah, he just has disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
Next weapon attack, lovely.
Before the end of your next turn.
Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
You take a little damage.
Sorry?
Oof. You take 6 cold damage.
Oof.
It was cold as ice.
It's so cold. We can save it together.
Oh yeah, you were already attacked. I remember you had already attacked. I was just trying to figure out if you'd already been attacked or not. Yeah. Nate looks mildly damaged by this. He's not bloodied yet, but he puts his hand up like and doesn't look as though he's going to be going along with you. Drina outstretches her arms. Energy begins pulsating from her, and she calls out, "My magics are keeping the Weald at bay, so yours should be unaffected." It allows the it will allow you all to cast spells without any disadvantages or anything like that. You are protected from disadvantage. Next in the tunnel is Belthorn.
Okay, so Drina's been harmed, right? Been injured.
Did I skip you, Since Yoga?
Yeah.
My bad.
Rude.
We'll come straight back to you shortly, Belthorn. Sorry, Since Yoga. What would you like to do on your turn?
All right, so I'm gonna shout out, "Your cannon's the worst!" And I'm gonna fire off my last first level spell slot with a Witch's Bolt. And I'm assuming a 12's not gonna hit.
A 12 is no good, I'm afraid.
I will use the hits that I was gifted earlier to add to that.
Yes, you have 3 of those d6s to use.
Oh. So does a 16 hit?
That does hit.
All right. So that's going to be 8 damage, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to fly 10 feet back.
Oof. Nice.
And that'll be my turn.
Fantastic. Then we go to Belthorn.
Okay, now I see that Drina is hurt, right?
Mm-hmm. Drina is hurt.
Alright, so I'm gonna come to her and put my hands on her and cast Cure Wounds. Make sure she's okay.
Okay.
Alright, so she will regain 7 hit points.
She's actually looking surprisingly healthy after that. That's done a world of good to her as she stands and corrects her hair as it's come out of its bun.
I'll just squeeze her shoulders and then just get ready to defend her.
Okay. Nate turns his attention from Drina towards Alexander. You too are a filthy warlock. And, Actually, they have a thing. Who's standing near Nate right now? Near Alexander right now?
Me. I just touched him. So.
Yep. Anyone within that 15-foot cone?
Yeah.
I don't know where I was in relation to him before I flew 10 feet away.
Oh, I'd say taking the action to fly 10 feet away.
Yeah, the bonus action.
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay.
So, Alexander and Joel, please make me a dexterity saving throw to halve the damage as he puts his hands together and a cone of flame appears, attempting to engulf both of you. Joel, you only take half damage, so please take 6.
Right.
And Alexander as well, both of you only take 6 damage.
Oof.
How's Alexander looking?
Pretty hurt.
Oh no.
Very hurt.
Well, it'll be Joel's turn next.
I'm gonna use my reaction
Uh-huh.
to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Lovely. Please do.
So Nate has to make a dex save of 12.
Oh, on the nat 1, he does not.
Good. Okay, you're gonna take 2d10 fire damage.
Nice.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, the flames wrap around him for just a moment, but he sort of after casting Burning Hands himself, sort of like wipes his hand down, and the flames sort of like gather around his gauntlet, and he sort of like makes a rubbing motion as he puts them out.
Oh no.
Possibly only taking half damage.
Oh no.
Okay.
I know this spell.
Is he looking pretty rough?
He's looking fairly roughed up, yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to hurt my buddy.
It's your turn, Joel.
Joel, you can do it. He's a bad guy.
All right, I'm gonna try to non-lethally stab him in the face.
As you do.
Yeah, as Joel does.
Permanent scarage. No lethality.
If that's not gonna hit, I would like to use my reroll on that.
You may.
Okay.
There
Is
we
that
go.
gonna hit?
The 21 will hit.
Okay. Is he still up after that?
After that, you can knock him to one knee, but he is still up.
All right. I feel really salty about this, but Joel is gonna look down at him and say, "How could you do this? I trusted you. You had such promise, and here you were working against us the whole time." I'm gonna go ahead and use my action surge, to go ahead and take another action and stab him again, non-lethally. Is that gonna?
A 16 will hit.
All right.
Ooh. As you plunge your rapier into him for the last time, he's going to use his reaction to try and stab back at you.
Do it. Ha.
10 doesn't hit you?
No.
This dagger flies from his hands, but as he realizes his death is incoming from your rapier, he drops it before he manages to stab you.
Non-lethal. I said non-lethal.
Oh yeah, non-lethally stabs him in the shoulder. Which is why he drops it, of course, because of the tendons.
Yeah.
And he will fall to the ground, unconscious. Yeah.
Blood loss. It's real.
Yeah, it's a whole problem. It's a whole
Yeah.
problem.
A whole problem. So I guess that'll be the end of my turn since that's all the actions I can really take.
Well, with Nate down, you can exit combat unless you would like to take up combat with Drina.
I would not like to. I don't know if anybody else is wanting to.
I
I
don't.
don't want to combat with Drina.
Sorry.
I don't want to combat with Drina. I'm good.
So Drina sort of stands and says, "Oh, thank you. God damn, Arcana Mystica."
We should probably get him tied up and bring him back to the city so that he can stand trial, or however they run things out in the east.
I've got rope.
Yes, that'd be best. I don't know what to do with him.
As I tie him up, I'm also totally giving him a wedgie.
I'm gonna go over and remove his boots. He doesn't deserve them.
I will take his weapons because weapons. And
Before Alexander? What the hell?
I mean,
But I don't know that.
What?
So as you do this, you can see taking his weapons. Why don't you make me? Do you look over them at all?
I'm mostly like doing the sheriff thing of like pulling him off and just sort of like, we'll get to him later, but it's disarm, tie up, and get somewhere safe before I can really like look at them. I'm trying to be responsible.
Okay, so you pull away one hand axe, yours, 2 daggers, and that are the only weapons. He's also wearing leather armor beneath his commoner's clothes.
Mm. I'm not looking to strip him naked.
Fair.
From here. It'll be okay.
Joel, how did you miss this?
I'm pointing at the armor and the weapons that you pulled off of him.
Well, it's not like we had to be protected coming in here. We don't want him to die.
Yeah, but like, you were always hanging out with him, just saying.
Well, I have my own weapons. Points to, let's see, a knife, a hand axe, a hammer, a rapier. Like, just like
Chop.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Look,
a bow.
we had best get back. Night is drawing in. We didn't really have time for that comeback, but fortunately, I think the road is close. Come, let's get you back to East.
Wait.
Belfon, do you want to, carry?
Belfon's busy.
Well, I don't really think you could carry the Nate.
Absolutely not.
Sorry,
Look-
what?
Nate, somebody needs to carry Nate.
Oh, sure. And I just like haul him over my shoulders. Like
Like a cattle.
his head's over here and his feet are over here. And
Oh.
I just got him over my shoulders.
And
The real
feet-
question is, are you flirting with the tiefling on the feet side or the head side?
Good question for the GM. 'Cause I don't know.
Entirely up to you.
Definitely on the feet side then. I don't want creepy Nate listening in.
Smells like fresh boot.
Belfon, just a suggestion. I tied the rope so that you could just drag him. You can leave him on the ground and drag him if you want.
Well, that might hurt him.
Well, he tried to hurt us.
And we hurt him back, so we're even.
Hey, he said that he wanted to build a wall around the magic users and have us pay for it.
I didn't hear that part of it. That doesn't sound like a very financially responsible idea.
That doesn't
Oh,
make
it's-
any sense.
It's
Why
completely
would the magic
fiscally
users pay for the
irresponsible.
wall?
It's completely a horrible idea, really.
I
The
mean,
worst.
we should bring that up at his trial and see what the people think of that. But
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, but they come up with
Very illogical.
these Mystic Arcana Great Again types.
Yes.
Well, come now, let's get back to East. And we'll probably fast forward to get you guys back. The important question is, on this journey, Belthorn, would you like to do anything else with Drina the Tiefling?
Oh, I would like to stick very close to her and make a lot of physical contact.
I mean, are you trying to maybe persuade or build some sort of contact in this person?
She is trying, yes.
Would you like to roll something for that? A charisma-based check,
Sure.
perhaps?
What do I roll for that?
Persuasion, I guess.
Okay.
General charisma, just
General charisma. My charisma's not good, but we'll try it.
I would like to give her one of my rerolls and a d6.
I love
Ooh.
it. Okay. So how am I going to do this? I know that I have no addition to charisma, so we'll do a d20. That's really bad. We'll do the the reroll.
Mm-hmm.
That's worse.
That's worse. Have to take the second number, I'm afraid. So there's the d4.
No, you give her another reroll.
I'm
'cause I
afraid
think you have one more.
I'm afraid you have run out of rerolls. You do have two
Technically,
d6.
I have a reroll though, so let's go with that.
Didn't you use your reroll
Alright.
earlier? I deleted it.
No, I have not used my reroll. I assure you, I've been saving it for something special.
This is clearly a special time. The
The
12.
most special.
All right, and then what do I get, a d6 from you?
Yep. Justin has two d6s to gift.
All right,
Or use, of course. Oh, damn.
that's max. That's max damage on my flirt roll. So I've got an 18.
Perfect. So on your flirting, she says, "Listen, Belthorn, you're wonderful company. Why don't we discuss a proper reward over dinner later? I'll head off now. You guys take Nate to Doug, and he'll know what.
Whatever you think is best. I mean, whatever you think is best. Yeah. And then dinner. Yes.
Take Nate to Doug, and he'll know what to do. I'll go and speak to Master Gerard Flanagan, the head of the Zephyr Consortium's efforts here in the East, and we'll discuss a proper reward for you.
Over
lot.
dinner.
I'll bring the rewards to dinner. Yes.
Okay. I'll see you there.
As she does the hair swing, I'm going to use prestidigitation to make it like more impressive.
Glistens a little bit. No. So, later that night, as you guys are getting ready, there is in your tent on your packs a note that says, "Keep yourself safe." And there is some tokens of appreciation signed by Master Gearwright himself. Each of you will find 3 potions of healing and 1 item rolled from the magic item table on page 114 of the DMG, which if you take this character forward elsewhere, you may wish to roll and take. Item table A, that is, the magic items. Why don't we wind forward to dinner time at the camp? Play that out as we go. Do you all go to dinner? How does this work?
So
I know what she's getting into, so I'm not going.
I'm gonna guess that we're all together as a group, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I'm going to dinner now, just to see what kind of reward we're getting. So I'll let you all know at dinner where I'm going. How do I look?
Welcome to the academy.
One
Tall.
Take your seats.
I prestidigitation to clean her.
1 foot squared at a time, every 6 seconds.
From like rolling around with scorpions or whatever, like doing.
And yeah, you can head out. I mean, if alone or together. It's up to you. You see Drina waiting on a table by on her own.
I'm gonna try and be like separated to where I can like hear what's going on, but I can use magic to assist when the need arises.
You are such a good wingman. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna acknowledge that later, but right now, I'm just gonna go casually, or what I think of as casually, walk up to the table, and hey, Drina.
Hello, Belthorn. Thank you for joining me.
Yes.
You did wonderfully in the forest today.
Thank you for.
You okay? You seem nervous.
Me? Nervous? No, never. Never been nervous before. I grew up in the forest all by myself, and I never got nervous then, and I'm not nervous now. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fantastic, thank you. Would you like some stew and ale?
Yes, I will have some stew and ale. Hold the stew, am I right?
I'll probably eat your stew then if you don't want the stew.
Are you hungry?
I'm not much one for drinking.
I mean, we can share. If you want.
I guess?
Okay. And I'm just like staring at her.
How? Jenny, tell us. How does this go? If we were to write the epilogue, how does it look?
You want me to know how? You want to ask
Oh yeah,
me
I give
how
you
it
full
goes?
control of this NPC and your character. How does this go?
So Belfon is pretty awkward with the interpersonal interaction. So her only friend up to this point, apart from her grandmother, was a child from the village that she grew up with. And he had a male partner. So she doesn't have much flirting experience, is what I'm trying to say. But I think that she finds it endearing. Her dinner partner finds it endearing, and so they actually get along quite well.
Oh.
And it works out pretty well for her because it's very sincere on Belfon's part. She's very attracted.
Yeah, and I think Drina would almost certainly say, perhaps towards the end of the evening, it was lovely having dinner with you. You're a wonderful conversationalist. I look forward to eating dinner again tomorrow.
I will definitely want to eat more dinner tomorrow.
And I'll have used prestidigitation at some point to flavor the stew to be good. So that, like, you know, maybe there's this, like, impression that, like, hey, it was, you know, it was clearly just me enjoying the presence of this person so much that this food that's been garbage this whole time is suddenly...
For some reason, the stew tastes better when you're around.
I feel like I'm off having a drink with Joel, and I'm kind of slightly bummed out because, like, I thought I was the wingman.
No, you don't come close. You're my main wingman.
I just look at my feathers and I'm like, why?
We both are like holding up the boots, like trying to figure out like who they'll fit, you know. Divvy up his weapons, I guess. I mean, what is he gonna do with them? Nothing. Sabotage.
As you guys look over these weapons, you realize one of them is indeed a dagger of venom. This is a magical item.
It's like from a snake. I want nothing to do with this.
Does the warlock want a fancy dagger?
Does the warlock want a fancy dagger?
The warlock as in me or as in Drina?
You're not a warlock, are you? The Aarakocra.
Yeah.
I'm a warlock. That's me.
Oh, okay. Do you want this venomous dagger from the snake that we thought was our friend?
I don't mind. I'll take that.
Will serve as a constant reminder
Of the treachery.
of the treachery, to examine our friends more closely. Continues to just like blindly drink next to people or eat stew. Joel isn't much of a drinker, but just eat stew, leave it unattended, go talk to people, come back, eat some more. Is Nate's trial taking place? Is there a trial? Does he just like?
There can be a trial.
So
Maybe
Joel
the next morning we can all gather at the trial.
Yeah, Joel will be interested in seeing how that plays out.
Essentially, they declare him guilty, but they are unable to execute him for fear of causing more trouble between the Mystica Arcanum and the Zephyr Consortium. So the Zephyr Consortium bundle him up in a cart, hog-tied, and stow him away to be held indefinitely.
I think that we should take away his magic and make him actually work on a farm. Teach him some good moral fiber. Says Joel, clearly not understanding how magic works.
Well, if we cut out his tongue and a couple of his fingers, he wouldn't be able to cast any magic.
That's not exactly what I had in mind.
I don't think you have to cut out his tongue and his fingers to get him to stop doing magic, do you?
Well, some spells require some verbal components, and some require some somatic components, and so no fingers, or just cutting a few fingers off, maybe.
Was it just like you feel it kind of thing?
I mean,
You definitely you have to
a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
I think
Somewhere.
it definitely depends on the kind of magic that he has and how he casts it. I mean, we just need to sever that link.
Why would he need a dagger if he was casting magic?
Well, I have a
Good
dagger
point.
and another dagger.
Well, and now I have that dagger and I can cast magic, so I guess someone could ask that same question about me later.
My daggers aren't fancy. They're both clearly like super trashy, like shivs.
Why don't we just ask him to not do any more bad things with magic, and then just let him go on his way?
Well,
I can imagine that conversation.
I don't know if you've ever met the Mystic Arcanum, but they're very set in their ways. They think they know what's best for everybody.
For everybody? But everybody's
For everybody.
different. Some people live in towns, some people live in the forest.
Yeah,
Some
it's
people
almost
know
like
lots
we're
of animals,
individuals.
some people
and-
do different things.
Some people are invisible and seek to hurt people that are flying. I just learned that
Exactly.
today.
like dragons.
That is genuine from the Vice as well, by the way. That's genuinely a big part of the plot. This world is set in.
Oh yeah, like Mystic Arcanum, like they're not good guys. They're just not.
Nate seemed like a good enough fellow. Maybe his time in solitary will reform him.
Well, it was clearly an act. He was lying. He said he was a fisher. Fishers don't cast spells. He's a liar.
But you can make an ice knife and then stab a fish, right? Like an ice
But
fish?
people who cast spells need fish too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we don't need
People
fish.
Need spells.
I also tried
don't see the
to
big deal.
listen earlier when you were trying to explain it. Could you explain again now in common
Explain what?
How to make the
make that little knife you were showing
Yeah.
Sparky earlier.
You just feel the water energy. Gather it together.
I'm
And
going to
then-
try. All right.
Ice knife.
I got
brings
nothing.
out actual knives.
Yeah, like that, except with ice.
Okay. You know what? maybe I can teach. I'm gonna try and teach. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so all you have to do is I'm gonna use you as an example, Alexander, if you don't mind.
I do not mind.
Okay, so we're gonna stand. Better be safe because if you get too close, this is gonna hurt. So, all you have to do.
Wait, are
is
you gonna stab him with the ice knife?
no ice knives.
Please don't stab me.
I thought we were
Oh.
learning the ice knife.
I'm sensitive.
I'm just gonna grab my hand. And it's so I just reach out and I grab and I pull and lightning shoots out of his hand and grabs Alexander and pulls him forward 10 feet. But I'm going to say that I was smart enough to stand 20 feet away so that you're not adjacent to me and take so no damage.
Sweet.
See?
Like an
Just
electric
grab,
scooter.
Joel tries to do this and
But-
nothing happens.
No, like this. Like this.
Kinda
Maybe you'll
st-
figure
st-
out how to do it later. I'm sure there's a book somewhere about it.
That was really cool. I'm gonna get with you later. I'm gonna learn how to do that. Definitely.
Nice knives.
What do- What is the point of me walking anymore? You could just do this all the time.
I mean, I could, but it
Thank you.
I'm consuming.
Thank you, Sensyoga.
Oh, I didn't say I would.
You're a great
But I
friend,
would.
a great
No.
ally, and
As the party laughs and japes with one another, we'll pan the camera up. This is the end of today's little one-shot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's from our sponsors, Bird and the Storm Publishing. I played it myself a few months back and had a good deal of fun with it.
that was really good.
Yeah, that's fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Good.
I had a
Well,
blast.
why don't we go round then and talk about our favourite part today, who we are, and where we can find each other online. And
Woo!
why don't we go the opposite way around this time? So we'll start with Jennifer at Chaos
Oh
Conductors.
no.
Oh, hi.
Okay, what was my favorite part today? Oh man. Apart from flirting with the super hot, can't remember what her name was. But
Oh, she's just
anyway,
mean to you.
You know, she had a striking figure. I remember you describing. No. Honestly, I really liked the parts just kind of talking with the party. That was really fun. Just playing off of everybody. So my name is Jenny. I play with the Chaos Conductors. So at Chaos Conductors is where you can find us as a group. I actually just changed my Twitter handle today, which is not super smart, but it's the Duchess Jenny at the Duchess Jenny on Twitter. If you want to follow me individually, I will try and tweet more on my individual handle, but at Chaos Conductors for my D&D group. And yeah, that's me.
Fantastic, thank you. Next around is Justin at Mage Hand Press. Oh, hi, Justin.
Hi. So yeah, I am the community director, community manager for Mage Hand Press. We made a pretty cool book called Dark Matter that's on sale at Drive Thru RPG, and this was super fun. I've always really enjoyed the things that I've seen from Bird in the Storm. So it was really fun to get to actually play it this time around. And you can find me at Mage Hand Press on Twitter. And we also have a blog, magehandpress.com, where you can see a bunch of free stuff. And you can find us on Patreon, where for $3 a month, you can get our entire library sans Dark Matter, which has got about 3 years worth of content on it. So there's a few books. I don't know, Scrat, is there a few books?
Yeah, there's a couple. We might have had discussions about organising them a little bit to make it easier for new people to understand where everything was.
Is that a Dark Matter poster behind you?
Oh, why, yes. You can see the Wismos from the setting.
It does
on the
exist.
side. Yeah, and then there's the Dark Matter poster right there in its full glory,
Awesome.
which is the cover of the book. So yeah.
Fantastic.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
Thank you. And like I say, you can see Dark Matter in last season over on YouTube on the Argo 37 stream, and next season we'll be running a new campaign called Completely Legitimate Business. Yeah. So next around we go to Holly, Sage Ophelia. Oh hi.
Hello. This is my first time playing. I had a blast. I'm hypothetically on Twitter, but I don't usually tweet much. But you can follow me if you want. My favorite part was when Alexander realized that he could have died really easily to some mysterious invisible thing in the sky, and then at the end picturing Sins and Yoga like lightning luring up to them and fighting with him in the sky. I think that would have been a cool, like, 10 levels down the line is how they combat the evil in the invisible evil in the sky. So I have a nice fan canon going for that.
Yeah, if you guys enjoy this setting as well, you should check out Tool School's streams on Saturday at 2 p.m. where he plays the Vice, which is where this one shot is set. It's set a few years before the Vice. In the Vice, the Midnight Weald has already been cleared, the highway's been there for years, and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I've just reposted some of your links as well because I realised that I was writing the Twitter handles out with only one T, so I've just reposted those for you. But last but most certainly not least, we come across to Jordan, DM of Chaos C.
Hello. So, I am also part of the Chaos Conductors group. I'm actually the DM for that whole shebang, and I super enjoy it. And I've also been going crazy on Twitter. Like I just rediscovered it at DM of Chaos C. I've just been going crazy.
Rediscovered it. Like you just discovered Twitter.
I basically just discovered it. Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Like my second week on Twitter, and I'm just like going crazy trying to talk to people and stuff and learn more about everyone. But yeah, if you're interested, shoot me a follow. We can talk about stuff. And Chaos Conductors, shoot that a follow too.
Awesome. And also props to Jordan as well, who literally hopped in with a character about half an hour before we started playing or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, just knocked something up. So thank you so much for that. And Holly,
No problem at all.
Holly, seriously, your first time playing or just first
I
time
was gonna
streaming?
mention
Or...
that.
First time like doing the stream thing, and first time using really Roll20 in much of a capacity. I played DCC like a couple times, but we didn't have any sort of map or like anything put in when we started. So, and the first time using this conference call thing. So
Well,
a lot of
awesome.
firsts, yeah.
Yeah, well, you did absolutely amazingly. You all did. I really enjoyed. My favorite part of today was the group dynamic between you. I actually ended up skipping bits of the main module just to let you guys carry on doing the things that you were doing because they were just so pure and good. So like there was a whole breakfast scene and all sorts, and yeah, you're getting in the cart now. Yeah. So thank you for that.
Answer that question.
Oh yeah, by all means you can now if you wish.
Yeah, sure. I like when small decisions make big changes or something later. So like the boots, how we made this little thing, and it's like, oh, now we're invested, and now later,
The treachery.
yeah, the treachery is even
That's
worse because we
What the
spent
hell?
that time investing.
Yeah.
That one goes straight to
I love that.
Bird in the Storm processing. I like to read from here. If the party does not, Nate will return with a low sigh and a shake of his head and promise to do his best to keep up. Nate's secret motivation: gain trust from the party members while assessing who in the group could be vulnerable to manipulation. Written.
Joel.
Hey there, Joel. How you doing?
I'm such a trusting soul.
Anyway, you guys, this is the Scraticus Academy, and if you're new to D&D, you're in the right place. Head over to the Discord, be a part of the Discord. It's inclusive, safe, and a place where you can come and talk about TTRPGs and all sorts of other wonderful things. Also, head over to Twitter, send me a DM, and I'll get you into a game. It's as simple as that. I've had a number of people drop out on me over the not that I'm saying okay. I've had a number of spaces open up is a better way of saying that. I've had a number of spaces open up if you'd like to get a game at reasonably short notice. I didn't mean to put anyone on blast there. I didn't, honest. And also check out the YouTube where you can go and catch up with all the other seasons. Hey, Gilroy coming in. How you doing? Also check out the Patreon. Patreon's one of the best ways you can support us. That's not how you spell Patreon. You can support us from as little as $1 a month, and we have a load of articles coming out 3 times a month with different stuff over there, so worth checking out. Also, we have merch. You can go and check that out. If you use code BOXING20 at the moment, you can get 20% discount on all sorts of things, including my merch. And of course, Justin mentioned Mage Hand Press with the Dark Matter. There are the links there, so you've got a direct link to the Dark Matter store, to the Twitter, to the Patreon for Mage Hand Press, and also Bird and the Storm Publishing, who wrote this module, and they will be bringing more content to us in Q2. That is probably about it from me. You guys, this was a wonderful little game. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Really enjoyed your dynamic as well. I'll have to get you all back on the show again sometime soon.
Please.
Yeah.
Always.
For now, we are going to head over and say hello to one of our players for next season, in fact. They are known as Torn Pixie. And they are going to be in our Conan stream, I believe.
I was just about to suggest Torn Pixie.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're going to head over there. Have I spelled that right? I believe I have. Yes. Tater has the raid cry for us. Non-lethally stab him in the face. Well done there, Holly. Quality.
Thank you.
Quality
Thank
entertainment. Guys, we are going to be taking a break tomorrow. I say we're going to be taking a break. I'm going to be going and moving all my stuff, which is currently in one badly stored place, and try and move it to somewhere slightly safer. And then I'll be back. It's weird because I'm going from EST now, so it's 6 a.m. in the UK. I'm going to go get all my stuff at 8 a.m. and we'll be back streaming the next day at 6 p.m. So I will get some sleep, I promise you all. I know some of you are out there worrying, we will get some sleep. But yeah, 12 days of Christmas, 40 games. We've got another 18? No, wait, more than that. 28 games to go. Most of those will be happening around New Year as well, where we're doing like a 30-hour stream or something stupid, so...
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing.
Tee-hee. With breaks. We're doing 30 hours with 2 hours breaks between each one. Yeah, but keep on evoking emotions, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye!